Dear students of Honors Part 4, hopefully you are keeping well. I am Siddhartha Shankar, an assistant professor in English in Government Horoganga College, Munshiganj. Dear students, we were discussing on Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness. Today, I would like to discuss on the major characters of this novel. Dear students, in this novel, we basically get two major characters. One is Marlowe and the other is Mr. Kurtz. And Mr. Kurtz is considered to be the protagonist or the main character of this play. And we came to know about Mr. Kurtz through the description of Marlowe. Therefore, Marlowe in this novel basically plays the role of a narrator, and he narrates the total incident of this novel. Now the question is, how do we get introduced with Mr. Marlowe? We get introduced with Marlowe through an unnamed narrator. Therefore, in this novel, we will find two narrators. One narrator is unnamed and the other is named, and the named narrator is Mr. Marlowe or Marlowe. Uh, Dear students, this is all about a sweet water voice through the deep and thick forest of Congo, and the river also named Congo. Uh, and At the very beginning of this novel, we find five characters, and those are the lawyer, the accountant, the director, and Marlowe. And we came to know about this character through an unnamed narrator. And these five persons were sitting on the ship named Nelly. They were sitting aboard the ship Nelly. Therefore, Nelly is basically the ship through which Mr. Marlowe undertook the journey. Now, today our focus is on the characters or characterization of this novel. Uh, Therefore, we can divide the characters in two ways. That one is, before going to Congo, Marlowe meets some people. After going to Congo, Marlowe meets some people, and after coming back from his visit to Congo, he also meets some people. Therefore, we can discuss the characters in three segments. Now, first of all, Mr. Marlowe, uh, he got managed a job in a Belgian shipping company, and he was appointed there, and he was selected to undertake the journey in the dark continent called Congo. So here we will find that before going to Congo, Mr. Kurz went to the Belgian trading company's office. That is, through that company, he managed the job to go to Congo. There he went in that office. So after going to that office, he met few people. At the beginning, he met two women, two knitting women. They were knitting wools, and these women are basically very symbolical characters, and they were knitting wools, and they were the guard of that uh, of that house. And the two women, one is elder and another is younger to that lady. One is elder, and uh, it seemed that the elder woman knows everything about the persons who came there. So therefore, Marlowe thinks that elder woman has some supernatural power, and they were actually. It seemed to Marlowe that they were guarding the door of darkness, and mm, they are knitting wool, and here it seemed to Marlowe that they were knitting the coat or coating or wearing or guarding wiring of dead people, uh, it seemed to him. Therefore, in other words, it can be said that these two women represents fate that we get in ancient mythology. Uh, and uh, actually these two women basically fix or they actually decides the fate of the voyagers, uh, or they know everything about the voyagers. These two women at the gate Marlowe met, and Marlowe got the job through a reference, and that reference was given by her aunt, by his aunt. So his aunt actually very dear to Mr. Marlowe, because his aunt wanted that he should get the job, and he was like a dear and enthusiastic soul to Mr. Marlowe. And he basically helped him. He was the instrumental to get the job in that Belgian trading company, and he holds very positive idea about colonization or that imperialism, because she thinks that aunt uh, Marlowe's aunt thinks that the white people are setting colony in the dark countries or the backward countries to educate them or to civilize them. So she has had a very positive mentality about colonialization, and of course she was a very as a well behaved lady to Mr. Marlowe. And we get another character in the company's office, that is the doctor, company's doctor. And company's doctor is a ridiculous and at the same time a very funny character. He is both ridiculous and funny, because the doctor checks the health of the people who are going for company's agents, who are getting in the job in the company and going to the different countries. So he is the doctor, basically examines the health of this person. Even when we go to abroad, or when our workers go to abroad, they need to show their clearance of a health certificate, so they are free from diseases, contagious diseases. So this doctor also serves that kind of purpose here, but he is a researcher. This doctor here, we will find that this doctor is a researcher. um, you know he basically researches, he examines health of the people who are going different parts of the world, and at the same time he takes the measurement of height and keep a note of it. So before going to that countries or different countries, he takes the measurement of height, and after coming back he again takes the measurement of height, and he sees the changes what is the change after coming back in the head. So therefore he is a researcher, and it is clear that he knows it, that before going to that dark continent and after coming back from the dark continent, the measurement of the head or the brain or the knowledge will not be the same. Therefore he takes that measurement, and he continues a study on it. So the doctor is a ridiculous and at the same time a funny character. So we can see him a psychoanalyst who uh, keeps the record of psychology of the travelers. Therefore, these are the persons basically Marlowe meets before going to abroad. And that building, that company's building has been described here as whited sculpture, because it is whited, that is it has been imposed, the color has been imposed on it. It is white is the color of purity and peace, but here the color is imposed on this building or company's building. Therefore everything is symbolical here. um, so, dear students, today we came to know about the persons that Mr. Marlowe met before going to the dark continent named Congo, the dark country named Congo. And here we find some important thing here, that is we came to know about the chief Nelly. We came to know about the persons, 5 persons who were on the who were aboard the ship Nelly. And you see that here all the characters are basically unnamed except Marlowe and Mr. Kurtz. Mr. Kurtz is the named character, he is the central character, and the other character, that is Marlowe, who is the narrator and at the same time a character itself of this novel. Dear students, in the next class we will discuss on the characters that Mr. Marlowe met after going to that dark country named Congo. So dear students, hopefully you have enjoyed today's class. So see you in my next class. So please stay fine. Thank you.